Good day, everyone, and welcome to Journey of the Anointed with Mr. Buzz. And I should say Journey and Awakening of the Anointed, something I meant to start saying in every introduction. And also, I'd like to say this in this introduction. This channel is about the navigation of an anointed one, a chosen one, however you want to put it. But even more so, this channel proudly declares it is about the good news of the gospel of Jesus Christ, how he died on the cross for us and our sins and resurrected 3 days later. You know the gospel. It's to proudly declare we are about that. That is what we believe on this channel. That is what, I shouldn't say we, it's me. It's me and my cats. But that is what all three of us believe, at least. And that's what this channel is about, and will always be about, and I will always proudly declare that no matter what. Just thought I'd add that in. I want to talk about spirit forms, and the two different forms that the demons or angels could take. So, of course, we know from the Bible telling us, there's a quote about, a verse about, you might be serving angels when you entertain somebody in your house. You might be entertaining angels because they can be in human form, obviously. Okay, he says you won't even know it. You'll be entertaining angels, but you won't know it. You'll think they're just humans. Obviously, angels in human form. Then we have angels appearing before different people, so the prophets and stuff, as spirit forms, in their ethereal form is what we call that, okay? So demons, same thing. Demons manifest into this reality, certain ones. Not all of them can. A lot of them have to have a human host before they can interact with the physical world. That's why they're after, possessing a person. Once they have a person as their host, then they can act through that person and interact with the spirit or the physical realm. But other demons can actually manifest themselves. I'm not even sure they're really demons. They're some sort of creatures that are ethereal and then manifest into this realm. And when they do, you start to smell sulfur. And it's very common in alien abductions, people think it's aliens that are abducting them when it's something from the demonic realm. It's not aliens doing it at all. In a lot of cases, it's MyLabs, military abductions, where they're simulating all this stuff with some wild technology they were given. So we have manifestation, okay? An angel can do the same thing, I believe. I don't know for sure because I haven't witnessed this myself, but I'm pretty sure angels, when they appear before people, are partially manifesting. Okay, that's what these demon things do too. They don't. That's why people call them shadow people and stuff like that. Shadow people. I think that's the name, because they're not fully solid beings, but they're partially manifested into this reality. Quantum shenanigans is the term that I've heard used quite a bit. When we see things in the sky, sometimes it'll be just one of those spheres. Okay, they're quite big actually. They're like the size of, the size of a minivan or something usually. But they're not fully in this dimension. They're flipping and flopping in and out of this dimension. People call that quantum shenanigans. I don't understand it, and I don't claim to. It's very, very complex. It's, quantum mechanics is very, very complex. Not my thing. I don't really fully understand it at all. But when I look at one of those things, I can tell it's that because of the way it flips and flops in and out of reality. Then I know it's something from another realm that's partially manifesting here. Okay, so and once they partially manifest, we can sometimes smell them, touch them to a point. They can interact with this realm. Some things are able to do that. They're able to take both forms. Now, if angels are in human form sometimes, which the Bible is clear they are, okay, and we know this for sure because we meet them on the street. There's been all kinds of stories. People meet somebody that they think is a homeless person. Turns out it was an angel, and they figure that out 5 minutes after they meet them, right? No question, there's angels here in human form. Do you think they all travel like just flying around the sky with wings? No. The ones in human form, if they need to travel around, they literally have spaceships. They have ships to fly around in. I'm totally serious about that. The demonic realm has them, and so does the angelic realm, the heavenly realm. They have craft that they fly around in. Absolutely, of course they do. For the ones that are incarnated in human form. The ethereal angels, they don't need that, obviously. They're cruising around in the spirit realm. That is a totally different thing. They are ethereal beings. Okay, so you have to, when we hear about angels, we automatically think, I think, the ethereal ones. But some of them are incarnated into flesh. Okay? God sent his son, Jesus, here in flesh, in human flesh. He incarnated him into a human. So that's basically God himself coming down here in human flesh. The devil can do the same thing. Okay, Lucifer can be an ethereal being. He's from the heavenly realm, so that's what he really is. But he can incarnate in human flesh and meet people in Chicago, which he does. Okay, people meet with Lucifer all the time, make deals with them, make plans with him, answer to him, whatever. And it's usually in Chicago, is my understanding, is where it takes place. He's in completely human form, but when you're in his presence, you know who he is. It's apparently you can feel it. You know exactly who you're dealing with. But he's in human form. Is that his only form? No. His actual form is spirit. He's in spirit form. Can he be in both at the same time? I don't know. Maybe. I think he can. I think it's quite possible that he can. He's quite a powerful being, actually. You don't underestimate this dude. He's very powerful. He was God's main angel. I think he had the most authority of all of them. So he's probably quite an amazing creature. And it's too bad that he's used it all for evil, but don't underestimate him for sure. So keep in mind always, two different forms of things. We have the ethereal form of stuff, which you have to alter your consciousness to be able to perceive, or you have to have a special gift that God has given you to perceive. Okay, this is why people do psychedelics. When you do psychedelics, they cause you to vibrate at a different frequency, and you will be able to perceive the spirit realm. Okay, when you do ayahuasca and things like that, so what you're doing is you're getting in tune with the spirit realm, literally, so you can see it, feel it, and interact with it. Okay, I don't recommend this. I'm not saying I recommend it. I'm saying do not do it, as a matter of fact. But that is something I used to do, and that's what the result of it is. You get to interact with the spirit realm, with the ethereal forms of things. And they're very terrifying. Let me tell you, the ethereal forms, they usually have hundreds of eyes. Some of them can breathe fire. Some of them can paralyze you. Oh, there's all kinds. There's just a mixed bag of stuff in the spirit realm. You don't want to play around in there without proper protection and a proper shaman with you or something to keep you safe, because you're a sitting duck in the spirit realm with all these things. Don't even think about trying it. Some of those things can even manifest into this reality. Okay, so ghosts, people call them, sometimes ghosts appear before people. That's because they're partially manifesting as physical. There's a fine line between them. Now, I'll describe it this way. How does something manifest? Imagine a radio station that you're tuning, okay? You can't quite hear all this psh. Then you get closer to the station, then all of a sudden the person's voice comes in. Maybe it's a weather report or whatever. And you got to fine tune it. You're tuning the frequency. That's what something manifesting is. It needs to tune to this frequency, whatever frequency manifests in this realm, and then it will start to appear. It's exactly like tuning in that radio station. That's what it is. A lot of people believe the number 666 is a frequency. It's 666 hertz, and it's the frequency of the devil. It's the frequency at which he manifests into this realm. It's the frequency at which he interacts with this realm. Okay, so when you see 666, it is always indicating the presence of the devil, no matter what. It might be a warning from God, but it's definitely indicating that the devil is present. So never ignore when you see 666, okay? But a lot of people think that's the frequency. That's what it's describing. It's as good a theory as any. It's, I think it's his number in all ways, more than just the frequency, but I think it's quite possible it is indeed his frequency, because everything is frequency and vibration, right? That's all existence is made up. So quite possibly 666 is the frequency of the devil. And that's what manifestation is something tuning to the frequency that causes manifestation in this realm, in the physical realm. So it might manifest at a different frequency in another realm, because there's dimensions, right? There's a multiverse. Think of it as a multiverse. It's not just one universe, a whole bunch of universes, probably an infinite number of them. And at different frequencies, you manifest in different ones. That's kind of what it's like. So David Icke is a real expert in this topic. That's where I learned most of what I know, but I don't know all that much. I didn't read too many of his things. I only read, I don't remember the names of them. It was 2 books that I read, some of both. Never actually completed any of his books, but I watched a lot of his lectures and stuff too. He does talk about this frequency thing a lot, and how it's like tuning a radio station in and things manifesting. So, and it's something is not necessarily there in front of us, like an item, this mouse. Is that really there, or is it just my perception seeing it there and feeling it there? That's the big argument in quantum mechanics. Do things actually exist, or are they just perception? That's another topic that I won't get into because I don't know too much about it, but yeah. Spirit forms versus incarnated or manifested forms. That is what to remember all the time, is that there's always 2 forms of these beings, angelic beings and demonic beings. You could be dealing with them in ethereal form, in which they can still have effects on things. They can influence people and all kinds of stuff, even in their spirit form, but they can't usually physically interact with things. They have to manifest somewhat into this realm in order to do that. Okay, that's the main point of what I'm saying. And angelic beings, they can be in human form right in front of you. You could be looking at a total angel right in front of you and you don't even know it. The Bible's clear about that. Or one could appear in its ethereal form, partially manifested into this realm. So that's when you'd see one that you could probably see through, but you'd still see them in front of you. That's partially manifested. Okay? And that's the end of my lesson on spirit forms and manifested forms. And remember that Jesus Christ is the way, the truth, and the life, the Lord of Lords, and the King of Kings.